Hi everyone, so this is a different video than I usually do. This is a video that I am making for a handful of friends that I make press-ons for. But I figured since I was making this video for them, I might as well just share it on YouTube and share it for the world. So I'm going to jump right in. This is a video all about how to apply press-ons so they last several weeks and then how to remove them. So for the friends that I send press-ons to, I've created these little press-on kits that I'm sending them. These two bottles will come with your, little care package. One bottle has a clear cap and one bottle has a black cap. So that way you can put acetone and alcohol in whichever bottle makes sense to you, and you can remember that they're different from each other. So I recommend using 91% isopropyl alcohol. You can get it at Target for like $1. And 100% acetone that you can also get from Target for very cheap. Don't bother with that like non-acetone, all vegan crap. It won't do anything you need it to do for your nails. Like it just doesn't work well. Get 100% acetone, 91% isopropyl alcohol, and that will serve you well in your press-on journey. So I'm gonna put that to the side. Now let's open this little box of goodies. So the first thing are these little plastic cuticle pushers. Put this to the side because you're going to use these at removal time. We're going to wait on those. Right here is just a little cleansing brush. You'll see in the rest of the video where I use this and how I use this. So after I unbox all of this, you'll see how I do cuticle prep, how I size the nails, apply the nails, and then afterwards you'll see even how I remove the nails. All of it will be done with these nails. Okay, so this is just to cleanse the nail. This is very good nail glue. This nail glue will last you forever, and it'll keep your nails on. If you do prep properly, it'll keep your nails on for weeks. These nails have been on for a couple weeks now, but I've seen people talk about having their nails on for a month with this nail glue. If you don't want your nails to last that long, then just don't do all the prep or just don't use such strong nail glue. But this is what I'm sending everyone because, you can get like 3 to 4 weeks off of a press-on mani. Why not? But if you don't want your mani to last long, I have this little container of all your little press-on tabs. So you can just press on your nails instead of making them last forever and ever. If you're going to use press-on tabs, one trick I have for you is when you apply the press-on and then you apply the tab and then you apply the nail, use your blow dryer to warm up the nail glue so it kind of melts a little on your nail and it'll last just a little longer. I'm not a huge fan of nail tabs because for whatever reason they just don't work on my pointer finger, but to each his own. Okay, this right here, if I can get it out, is just a little cuticle lotion. It's used to remove your cuticles. So you're going to just put a little drop on, and then I'll show you in the prep section of this video when you use this and how you use this. If you run out of this, it's literally just it's called Blue Cross Cuticle Remover on Amazon, and you get a giant bottle for like $6 or $7. But this will last you a really long time because you really only need 1 drop per nail. This is the glue remover. I love this stuff. We'll use this at the end of the video, but I will tell you a little bit about this right now. A little bit goes a long way and it works super fast. The bottle inside of this is a 15 ml bottle, but this is only 10 ml of fluid. So you're going to open it and it's only going to be like 2/3 of the way full, but that's just how it is. So that's totally normal, but I love this stuff. It keeps your nails healthy when you're removing. Like the reason why people's nails get jacked up is because they're really impatient and rough on themselves during the removal process. So just use this and I'll watch the end of the video and I show you how this works super well. I put in here some lint-free wipes. This will help you as you're applying nails. This isn't going to last forever, but you have a fun little container and heart-shaped wipes to get you started, and you can always buy more on Amazon. Then in here, I just threw in 3 buffers and 3 files. The files I want you to use to shape your press-on nails. Don't use the files on your natural nail. You can use the buffer on your natural nail. But I put them in here because like the sand grit will get everywhere and it's just, gets a little dirty. And then here are your implements. So this, just your standard clipper. I think everyone knows how to use a clipper. This is a cuticle pusher on one side, and then the cuticle scraper on the other side. As you can see, brand new, never used. This is a glass file. I love using glass files on my natural nail. You'll see me use it during the prep section of the video. I highly recommend using a glass file on your natural nails instead of using a wood file. I just think it's gentler on your natural nails. So that is your little kit of everything that comes in this. And this is just how I Tetrised it all to fit in there. And let me just get this all back in so we can move on to the next thing, where you will see me with my raw nails and how I prep and apply these nails. And then at the very end, you'll see me remove these nails. So let's jump on in. Okay, so all of the nails are off and my nails look a bit atrocious because I need to do a little prep. As I said before, like I messed up my nails several months ago, so you can see kind of here down on all my nails where the damage is. But from like halfway up, everything is healthy and fine. It just looks a little banged up because it's dry. The first thing I'm going to do for putting on press-ons is I want to cut my nails back. You want them pretty low, actually, so that they don't poke through the sides. So yeah, you're going to cut them fairly low. My nails were on for quite a while, so they're long. Now we're going to take the glass file to file the edges of the nails to make sure all the edges are smoothed out and there's nothing too sharp poking through. I like to use a glass file over a wooden file because the wooden files are just really rough on your natural nail. And I use the wooden files for the fake nails. Okay. So I've already done most of those off camera. And you're also going to use the coarser side of your buffing block to give a quick buff, just to get all of the, you know, really sticking up pieces off for now. That way when you go in with your cuticle pusher, nothing catches. Okay, that's good enough for now. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your cuticle remover lotion. It really is just this stuff. It's called Blue Cross. You can get it on Amazon. And I just move it into this bottle because this bottle is easier to work with. Put this to the side because I tend to be a klutz. And you just need a couple drops, okay? And you just put it around your cuticle. You grab your cuticle pusher. There's two sides. Mine looks a little different than yours, but this is the pusher side and this is the scraper side. And so you start with the push and you just clean up. Can you see all that stuff coming up? Yeah, that's it. You're just going to clean all of that up. And then you're going to try to remove it whenever you need. I like using these things with a little alcohol to clean as I go. And you just scrape. And you want to scrape as much as you can off the nail plate without damaging the nail plate. So that way you have less lifting later on, because this is dead skin stuck to your nail plate and it will make it harder for the nail tip to glue onto the nail plate if you have dead skin there. Okay, and then you can go in with the scraper side and really get in there more if you want. You don't have to like be crazy aggressive with your nail. You just gotta scrape and clean. And you just go all around the nail. And you see it come up. This is not cutting the skin off of your finger. You'll often see in like nail salons, they go in with these cuticle nipper things and they cut the skin. You do not need to do that. That's unnecessary. It causes hangnails. If you're not good at it, you'll cut yourself, you'll bleed, and your nails will look jacked up as heck. But if you just do this, you get all the benefits without worrying about cutting yourself. And you just go around until you get as much as you can. As you can see, I still have like some spots I want. And that's pretty much it. Like, that's it. You go around and just do that to the rest of your nails. And then we do the next step. Okay, so I went around, I cleaned up all of the cuticle. So I'm just going to take my alcohol container and my little scrubby brush again and push it down, get it filled with alcohol, and then just kind of clean up a little bit. Just because you feel yuck at this point. And I've been kind of doing this step all throughout. But then what you also need to do now, if you're going to wait a day or two before applying your next set, you can go in and use the softer side of the buffer to just kind of give you, you know, less sticky uppy thingies on your nail. You know what I mean. But if you're going to go right away to put press-ons on, you're going to use the rougher side of your buffer. And you're going to actually scuff up your nail bed just a little, because that scuffing up will give the nail something to adhere to. So you get to decide your kind of next step of action. But just go around and give your nails just one more buff nicely. And that's what prep is. I mean, it doesn't have to be crazy. You don't need a nail drill. You don't need to do tons of steps. You just want to be thorough. But honestly, it takes 10 minutes, maybe 15. And it's the difference between having your press-ons last 2 days versus 2 weeks. It literally changes everything. So I'm going to go back in, clean it off from the dust again. Also, alcohol is your best friend during this process because the glue does not like oil. It does not like dust. It doesn't like anything like that on your nail. So you're going to be constantly cleaning off your nails during this process. So that way your nails are clean for the glue to stick onto. All right. And now the next step involves the nails. Look at this mess already. Ugh. Okay, so here are this set of press-ons that I'm going to be putting on. Personally, I think these are adorable. So to do this step, you're going to need like your wooden files. Whatever one you have is fine. And you're going to size out the nails to make sure they actually fit you. Every nail I've already pre-etched. You might not be able to see it, but basically I etched the inside of it so that the glue will adhere. And so I put it on my nail to see if it's a good fit or not. If it's not, I will file a little bit to make sure it is. So this nail looks fairly decent. I don't think I need to do anything to that nail. I think that one will be fine. Actually, I'm going to shave a little off of here. It's quite normal to have to make these fit you because everyone's fingers are slightly different. And the people who make the tips don't mold your hand, so they can't make it perfect to your hand. Okay, so that looks good enough. Some of these I need to do a lot of shaping to. Some of these I don't. Let's see. So this one needs to be rounded out over here in the corner. because you can see my cuticle rounds more than the nail allows for. And this is one of those things that as you learn your nails, you'll learn how to get better at doing this. Okay. I want a little bit more on this. And sometimes it just goes like that. Sometimes you just have to try a few times to get it right. Okay, almost there for me. This is why we tell you that we want your nail size a little bigger than your actual nail, because then you can always shave it down. Okay, so this one needs a good chunk shaved off on the side over there. It looks fine over here. Boom. Just like that. I'm going to need to do a little bit more. I'm going to get over here a little because it looks wonky. Okay, that'll do. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these. Okay, so now I'm going to take more cotton wipes of my alcohol, and I'm going to clean off each nail, top and bottom. And when I'm done, try not to touch the bottom, because that's where you get hand oils on it. And so let's just try to avoid getting oil on it. But we want to also clean off all the dust from it as well. And remember, we do all of these steps so that these can last a few weeks. If you don't want these to last a few weeks, you don't have to be thorough with prep. You don't have to be thorough with cleaning everything. You can just slap these suckers on and they'll last a few days with glue. But I want these to last a little bit. Or at least I think I do. I never know. I sometimes put nails on and then within a few days I'm like, I'm ready for new nails. Okay, so I'm now going to wipe off my nails again from as much dust as I can. And here is the nail glue. This is a nail glue I've never used before, but it is all the rage on TikTok as being nail glue that lasts up to a month. So I bought it for everyone I do nails for, and I'm going to test it right now on the video to show you guys how to use it. So obviously we open it. What's cool about this glue is that it stands up. I like that. And it has this little clog proof thingamahoozy. I probably will need to re-cleanse my fingernails now. Yeah, this is a pain. I'm sure there was a better way to do this that I floundered on. Okay, so unscrew, and apparently you just use this thing right here and push it in to pierce the thing. I don't know. We're gonna see. We will see. Did this pierce it? Let's see. It pierced. Okay. So this is supposed to be very strong. So we're just going to have at it. Let me cleanse my nail again. And this time I'm going to cleanse it with a combination of alcohol and acetone, because the acetone just makes it dry faster. That's all. That's the only reason why. All right, so I'm going to move the pinky one up front because that's going to be the first one I do. And I'm going to put a little, can you guys see this? A little drop on the nail. Okay, and then smear it around. And then a drop on the fake nail. And then pick it up. And when you apply it, you want to apply at like a 45-degree angle and press down slowly so you get out all the air bubbles. And then once it's on, hold it for 15-20 seconds. I have no idea how long I've been holding this now, but we're just going to keep it there for a moment until I feel like doing the next nail. I suppose that's probably long enough. I don't know. Okay. Bring in the next nail. What I'm realizing is I probably have to squeeze harder than I would like. I have little hands. And then you want to just smear it everywhere. Don't get it on your skin, or try not to at least. And then a dollop on the acrylic nail. Not the acrylic, gel nail. These are made of gel. And you put it on at a 75-degree angle, and then you slowly press it down so that there's no air bubbles. And you don't have to like super squeeze it on. You just have to apply some gentle pressure and let the glue do its job of adhesion. Okay, next one. I do like how pointed the tip of this is. It lets me get real close to my cuticles. Put a drop or two in this one because my middle finger is kind of big. And then just apply it. And what I'm noticing is I don't get a ton of overflow of this nail glue. With other nail glues I did, but I'm still getting a little. You might see some right there. I'll show you what to do about that at the end. Okay. So I'm going to take a little alcohol and just clean the rim of this, just, you know, to keep it clean. But this little poker thing keeps it from ever getting clogged, and it just stands. How nice is that? Okay, now let's talk about cleaning like stuff like this, the glue off of certain parts of the fingers. To do that, you need acetone. Acetone will usually melt nails right off. However, I used a special top coat on all the nails that are acetone resistant. So feel free to go in and clean those pups up. You don't want to put acetone on your cuticle or the seam of the nail where it's adhering to your skin too much. You can do a little bit to just clean up the overflow of it, but notice that it didn't do anything to melt off the nails at all because they're all top coated, acetone proof top coat. And then, so this nail in particular, you see how much got on my skin? I just want to clean that. That's not a big deal. It is not a big deal. And the rest of that will just kind of come off with my nail oils. My finger oils will just naturally remove the rest of that. So you just kind of buff the top just slightly with a little acetone. And then voila, your nails are on. And If you want to be really zhuzhy jazzy, you'll take a little cuticle oil. I don't think I included this in the kits, but you can use hand lotion if you want. And finish it off like it's a real manicure from a nail salon. Don't rub it onto the nail because that'll dull the look of the nail for now. But, and then you can also rub it on your nail beds. Your finger beds, I should say. And I'll do the other hand. And here they are. Voila. Brand new nails. They feel quite solid. And what do you think? Think you can do it? I think you can do it. And I like to kind of pull back my fingers at this point because like sometimes a little glue seepage gets under there and I just want to like move my fingers around. But yeah, that's it. And you'll see a little dryness here and there from the glue coming out from where it touches your skin, but it's not a big deal. The one thing you want to make sure you do though is not let your fingers touch water for an hour. Like don't wash dishes, don't wash your hair. I'm just going to go back over the top with a little alcohol to get the oil off the top of the nail bed so it can shine again. But you guys have everything you need to do press-on sets to last 2+ weeks. My last set lasted 2.5 weeks. We'll see how long this set lasts. It feels good. It feels solid. These are big nails. These are thick nails, but we'll see if I get sick of the texture and the thickness. But all right, stay tuned so you can see how I take nails off. Okay, so now I've been wearing these for several weeks. You can see some growth. It's kind of gross to look at. And I'm just kind of ready for a new set. I'm bored with these nails, so I'm going to use my glue remover. This is a bigger jar than what I showed at the beginning of the video. But all you need is your glue remover and one of these plastic cuticle pushers. You don't want to use your metal cuticle pusher just because it will warp it and it'll dull it, and you don't want to do that. But you just, this is it. This is all you need. If you really want, you can soak your hands in some warm water and oil for a little while before you do this, but I never do because I'm just impatient. But you just make sure you have some liquid on the brush, and then you just go around your cuticle with it. And this stuff works fairly fast. It's just a glue debonder. And so I put a few swipes of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my cuticle pusher to see if I can find any edge with lifting. And the glue is super strong, so it's going to be a little hard. So I just do a little scraping around the edge just to see if I can find any spots that have a little wiggle room. So like I said, I've been wearing these nails for a few weeks now, and they are on solid. But you can already see that like my cuticle grow out is a little insane, and it's making this a little hard. Okay, so I have a little wiggle room right there. And let's see, I'm going to need a little bit more of the glue debonder. It's just going to take a little bit of this. You should never feel pain when you're removing your nail. If it feels painful, stop, add more liquid. But now I'm starting to find a little wiggle room under the nail, which is good. Okay, and so what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to work with this inroad in to get further under the nail. Now I'm starting to feel a little pressure as I do that, so I'm going to walk away from that spot because it should never hurt. It should never ever hurt or feel like too much pressure. So I'm going to go back around to the other sides and see if I can get any lifting on the other sides as well. But the glue that we use, the Sally's glue, is so strong. It really doesn't want to come off. But with a little patience and work with this glue remover, it will. And it's nice to just go around the edge and just create that lifting so that more of the glue remover can get under there. So what I'm going to do too is I'm going to keep the cuticle pusher in there to give a little leverage to get the debonder under the nail, to get really in there. And I'm just going to keep applying and moving around the nail. I'm going to do this in real time and not chop down this section of the video so you can get a sense of how long it takes. If you use different nail glue, this is much faster. It's how strong this nail glue is that's making this take forever. You can see all the glue kind of peeling off. Okay, really stuffing that debonder in there to get under there. You can see it wanting to lift up, but it's really held on tight up here. I can feel a lot of pressure up here. So I'm going to want to really break the seal up here. It is on there tight, very strong on there. You can see it wanting to come off more and more. Boom, and it's off. And there is no damage to my nail. Let me show you. I'm just going to use a little alcohol to clean it up. And you can see there's really no damage to my nail. There's a little glue left on there still, and you can just use a little acetone to clean off the glue. But also, the nail is still perfectly fine, and it can be reused if I want to use it again. And all you'd want to do is clean the inside of the nail with just like a file or something. Use the wood file or the buffer to clean the inside of the nail. But the nail is in perfect, pristine condition. It can be reused. And my nail plate is just fine. It's a little dried out, and what you're seeing on there is really just some glue residue. Let me get a little acetone to clean it up a bit. And voila, the nail is fine, and I could just go right into more prep and slapping on another set. But I'm gonna work to take off the rest of these nails. All right, and that's it for this video. Bye, guys.